Okay, well, what's on the bench today? Well, I came across an interesting set. I don't think it's real collectible or anything, but it was something I saw in a friend of mine's storage, I don't know, 3, 4 years ago, and I always put it in the old file of interesting drum set. Nothing great, but something of interest. So this friend of mine ran into some financial difficulties, and I said, well, hey, do you still have that Slingerland set? He said, oh yeah, it's in my storage. And I said, well, let's go have a look at it. So what this is a Slingerland Spirit series. I guess they came out with these in the early 80s, 83 or so, I'm guessing. I've read a few blogs on it and found out some information on the goods and the bads of these drum sets. It appears to me this is the good one. Why would I buy this kind of set? Well, I mean, look, it's white marine pearl, #1. That would be kind of a rarity with one of these drum sets, because usually they were just those flat, straight, red, blue, green, whatever, white, black, straight finishes. And this one has the Mickey Mouse ear mounts on it. Of course, it's got these hideous legs on there. Why would I buy it? Back to that. Okay, well, #1, it's a complete set. It's in decent shape, but it's a small sizes, and I love small sizes. So 20 by 14, and then you got the 12 here. You got the 13, and of course the ubiquitous 14 by 14. I've never seen another 14 by 14 in this series. So look, it has the original heads on it. The whole set has the original heads. And this 14 by 14 is just so cool. And these drums, they were put together. Oh, look at this, is all loose. They had these gaskets under the lugs. I'm not a fan of that, but that's what they did. And what happened with these is all the seams were like coming up, because they did that tape on each side of the drum. When they put them on, they didn't glue the whole surface down. They put tape along, double-sided tape, and put them on. It was the beginning of the real cheap era. And of course they're bunching up around the lugs and everything, but you know, I probably won't keep this set. I just thought I'd like to own it. It was really cheap, and I thought, well, I wanted to own it for a minute. Let's see. Yeah, so it's got all kinds of bubbling here and there where the lugs meet. What I'll do is I'll tighten it for everything and get it kind of up and running. And you know, probably let it go. So what they had was, they had these kind of pearl looking arms, and you know, they had the Mickey Mouse ears on these too, and everything's, you know, I don't think this drum set's seen much use. Yeah, so from what I've learned on a few little blogs is that this was a lower end set. It was kind of their entry level at this time, which is, it's actually still pretty quality at this time. But then they moved to Well, first of all, these have the maple shells. This is the 14, and all the screws on them are really, this is, I've taken a few of the lugs off, and they're, it's all really pretty quality still at this time. These appear to be chrome over steel hoops. It's still got the typical rim shot hoops on these drums. And look at the 45-degree bearing edges. So I would think that these drums really sing. I don't know that I'm going to... Look at how low they put the... I guess that was so they wouldn't bunch up around the head. Some people are a fan of that. I'm not, but whatever. And then, yeah, so they had these maple shells. They appear to be, I don't know, looks like 6-ply maybe. I'm not going to sit here and count them. But they appear to be really good shells. It's a 16 lug, 8 and 8. So, it's not some cheap design. And then they got these great leg mounts on them, which are still really cool. So they weren't cheapening out on these, other than... just putting the wrap on was kind of a bad idea. And look at it, it's good wrap too. But they just didn't do a good job gluing. They wanted to, save money, I guess, or time, which is money. And then, of course, they put these terrible mounts on them. And I guess at that time, people wanted that heavy-duty mount, and whatever. That's what they did. On these toms, they had two different... Look at it, it's got the gold, well, I guess brass badge and USA. And this one says USA too. So they had two badges on the toms. Here's the 12. This one does not have the gold badge, and there's no... See all the wonderful bunching up of the seams. This one has a serial number on it here. Overall, I think they're presentable the way they are. I wouldn't do anything to them. Well, I'm not going to do anything to them. I'm not even going to clean them. This has got some nasty bubbling here. But, that's for somebody else to decide, not me. I really like these shells. It just appears that this drum set wasn't used much. Look at the playing surface. There's really very little. Looks like they were put in the closet after some kid maybe, used them for a season in college or school, or some kind of application. Maybe they had a band, I don't know. They don't look like they were beat to death. This is your typical, pearl mount. And look at the snare drum. It's a 10 lug. 10 lug. And it's a 5x14. Yeah, so it's a really pretty quality snare drum. It's got that same shell. I think looks like about an 8-ply. I'm not going to sit here and count them, but it's got the Zoomatic throw off on it. Works great. Regular butt plate, which is perfect. And of course we've got the rim shot hoops. It's all chrome over steel, but still it's really quality. And then we got these, look at it, got that logo head on the front. It hasn't been hit or anything, very little. I'll clean it up a little bit and put it back on. Look at the hoops. Perfect. I mean, they're not beat to hell. There's barely a scratch on them. Okay, on the back side, they've got some scratches where the pedal was. No big deal. And they put a regular head on the back side, batter side. But man, overall, they're really in good shape. So let's dig into some history on these with the catalogs. Lionel, what are you doing, Lionel? It's early morning for you, isn't it, Lionel? Yeah, he's a good boy. It's my pretty boy. Yeah, he's a good boy. This is our latest find lately. He showed up at the door and he appears to be about 2 or 3 years old. He's a good boy. The other cats have accepted him, so here he is. He's a big boy. Yeah, he's a good boy. Lionel. Well, here's the earliest I can find the spirit information on. And this is just a retail price list here from February of '82. So, and it says here that new products not illustrated in catalog. And then you can see we've got the spirit outfit. What outfit means, I don't know. $1,100. Well, not cheap, but I guess cheaper than a regular Slingerland set. Okay, here's another catalog from I don't know. You know, it's not saying when, but I think this is from the. I came with this here catalog from '83, so I would assume it's the same. Well, anyway, I'm just looking at the different outfits. The Spirit 1000, you get your 22. I don't know what the difference is between a Spirit 1000, 2000. Maybe just the size of the set. I don't know. The Spirit 3000, the 4000, and then you got the 5000. I don't know. Megatom. Maybe that means. Oh, maybe the longer toms. Okay. These are just standard sizes. I would assume that they just mean a bigger set. The 1000 was a basic set. Came with the pedal and, you know. But this one says 22, and that's I've got a 20. And then you got the 16 by 16. So, I don't know. Oh, and then there's, yeah, oh, they're saying a chrome snare drum. No, we got the wooden snare drum. All of these have the chrome snare drum. Yeah, all of them have the chrome. Okay, so here's this price list. Here's what it looks like from January '83, and now we can get into some of these sizes. This is about the time they had all this Magnum stuff, all right? So they're getting into some really heavy-duty stuff. You know, to today's standards, I guess not so heavy-duty, but back then it was getting heavy. Okay, so let's see. Do they even list a 14 by 14 floor tom? They do not. They do not, so I don't know, but we've got one here. Doesn't matter. Maybe someone special ordered this set. I don't know. Why would you do that? But I don't know. It came here, and now we're living with it. And of course, you had your Spirit Series stands, and you had Artist Series. Maybe that was the top of the line. Magnum. Here's another Slingerland catalog. I can't find the date on this one here. But this shows earlier versions of the Spirit drum set. And also talks about the construction of the shells. But they never mention, they're saying 5-ply mahogany. But I know my woods pretty well, and that ain't no mahogany. That's maple or birch, which are pretty close to the same look. Now, this is about the time they were doing this Magnum stuff. Okay, so here's, they call it Just for Starters. And as you can see, they've got, if you look closely, you can see these legs on the bass drum are just the 3/8 rod, rather than those, rather massive folding legs that the later ones had. So the early ones had that. Oh, here's what we're talking about. These legs. These are the later ones. These other ones are the 3/8 rods. So this is obviously one of the very first Slingerlands, and too bad it doesn't give a year. So I'm assuming the Spirit 1000 is your basic 5-piece set. Of course, they all say chrome snare drum. That's not what we have here. And then they don't mention a 14x14 floor tom, which is very strange. 10x14, but those are mounted toms. So you've got these different versions, and I just think that there's more drums. That's why they 4000's like, big old Hal Blaine sort of a drum set. Oh yeah, and then you got the double-headed one, which is, I guess, their top of the line. So, and then you got the 5000, which is your deeper toms, and that would have been it for that. So, now we come to this. I have this Hohner Slingerland era, and this is just the Spirit and Spirit Plus. So this shows the deeper toms. I think those are deep. Those look like deeper toms. Yeah, 10x12. Yeah. And it shows the various hardwares, pedals, sizes, and then we get into these finishes, and like I was saying earlier, really they didn't show a white marine pearl, so this could have been a special order. I don't know. You got your there goes Lionel. He goes, Lionel, come here, boy. Anyway, we got our straight finishes. Just your basic, no metallics. You got this metallic silver. I don't know what that meant. Whoops, sorry, out of focus. So, and then you had your chrome and your red and blue and white. So I don't know. They kept moving different places. Wound up in California, I guess. So, well, this is too early of a catalog. But, so that's some history here. I'll quickly go through some of these blogs, what people are saying. Okay, I'm looking at some some people's postings on this drummers forum here, and they're talking about these spirit drums, and some guy asked, do you have any information on these drums? Can't find out a lot about them. Someone chimes in, I think the Spirit were a Slingerland's made in Asia in the 80s before they went out of business. I don't know about the shell construction otherwise. Some guy says these were an entry-level set made in Taiwan and popular Luan shells. The hardware was reputedly the weak point. But someone else says here, and these are not Luan shells. These are good shells, pretty good shells. And then another guy chimes in and says, the original Spirit series were U.S. made and good drums. They had 3-ply shells with no re-rings. After the original Slingerland went out of business in 86, they repurposed the name for a cheap Asia-made line. This other guy says, what he said. I gigged and toured the crap out of a USA Spirit set for a few years. They felt more like modern Gretsch than vintage Slingerland. The good Spirits are easy to tell. Look inside and they're not Luan. Ultimately, they not the sound I wanted, but they had good solid drums and can be had cheap. Some other guy says, I saw several original sets in music stores in the mid-80s. There were thin alternative to the super heavy 5-ply top of the line Slingerlands. They're thinner and they're decent shells. Another guy says here, I had a set of Spirit 1000s back in 85. I loved them. Basically, the thin 3-ply shells, no rings, but the same rims and lugs as any Slingy. Have a look at this. The 83 catalog and scroll through page 22. The only possible downer is that Slingerland's quality control wasn't the best at the time. Anyway, I think overall these are really good drums, and I don't know. I don't know when I'll probably put these on eBay and for a buy it now price. And if anyone's interested in these drums, chime in. Maybe we can set up a deal or something. I'm not giving them away, so I never do. But these are kind of rare drums, so. Well, they're not rare drums, but they're rare in this finish and these sizes for sure. And I think this would be a good gigging set. And they look decent. So, good to talk to you all. I haven't seen you in a long time. I've got other things going on. I'm playing again, so that's taken up a lot of my time, and I practice a lot. So, not interested in doing a whole lot of the stuff in the heat. So, here's my little Christmas present to you guys. Hopefully you like it, and chime in. Tell me what you think of these drums, and talk to you again soon. Bye for now.